Winter historically sees a slowdown in the market for real estate, although with the current conditions, this year is going to be an interesting one to watch. John Paranchi joins us now for his latest market update and for his thoughts on what to expect. So John, tell me, what's been happening here in your local market?
Some great prices being achieved, not as many properties on the market as we'd like, and buyers are desperate for new stock to come on the market. Overall, the local McGrath office, we had a great month. We managed 35 sales for just under $60 million, which is fantastic. Our clearance rate was at 90%, which is above industry standard, and our days on market on average was about 24, so it's taken us 24 days on average to sell the property.
And so what are your expectations for the rest of the year?
Whilst we still feel that there's going to be some crazy results out there, we actually feel that the market's probably just trying to find its feet at the moment and trying to stabilise.
There is a lot of talk at the moment about there being a bubble. Share with us your views on that.
I think a lot's got to go wrong for the whole bubble effect to come into play. At the end of the day, I think unemployment would have to rise, interest rates would have to rise sharply, population growth would have to slow down, and based on forward predictions, that's not going to happen. There's simply not enough property available in Sydney. Now, if you look at mining towns, yeah, they're probably experiencing a bubble at the moment because the mining sector's dried up. So people went and paid a lot of money based on the mining boom. Now that's all over, and those towns are really struggling. But Sydney as a whole, I can't see too much changing. Once again, like I said earlier, we're just hoping for some more sustainable growth rather than the exponential growth that we've seen.
So tell us about some of your latest sales and also some highlight properties you have coming up.
The highlight for me last month was probably the sale of number 26 Spencer Street in Gladesville. Property was sold for $3,750,000 with no views. It's a beautiful home, beautifully built, a couple of years old. Now, what's even more exciting about that particular sale is that it was sold by just making 6 or 7 phone calls to our database. So, new suburb record for Gladesville for a non-waterfront, $3,750,000. We've got number 28 Hillcrest Avenue, Gladesville, going to auction at 9 o'clock this coming Saturday. Worth a look. It's a beautiful 4-bedroom character home in one of Gladesville's, I think, premier streets. And also going to auction this Saturday is number 22 Regent Street in Putney. It goes to auction at 12:45. Both these properties will be open for inspection 15 minutes prior to their scheduled auctions. Finally, I just want to sort of bring to everyone's attention, there's been a few changes to the way banks are lending money, especially for investors. So if I was an investor at the moment, I had a loan, it would be prudent to just double check that everything is still the same with that particular loan. For example, some lenders will not lend to self-managed super funds for residential property at the moment. Negative gearing benefits no longer considered when assessing borrowing capacity, and no discounted rates to investors. The Australian Prudential Regulation Authority is putting pressure on banks to make it tougher for the investors. So just make sure you double check that you're still sorted if you're looking for an investment loan. And if you're not too sure, probably suggest you give Brett Dickey from Oxygen Home Loans a call. He'll be able to answer all your questions.